strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. I believe it is episode 63 or maybe 64. I don't know. They're not the same podcast. Sports show hosted by this one word, C-Micah, that one word over there, Mr. Rob Redeem. And we are glad to be back. Listen, we are somewhere different today. If you are watching us for the very first time on the MTMV Sports YouTube channel, hello.
Yeah, man.
Salutations.
Yeah.
We are two one words that's been with MTMV forever, but our show ain't been streamed over here because Rick don't like us. We are lying. It's a joke. It's a joke. These are just jokes. These are just
jokes, folks.
These are just jokes. Nah, man, but we are glad to be back with y'all, man. But if you are watching us right now on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or wherever you see us at, man, do what you about to see on the screen. What you see absolutely right now.
Yeah,
that right there. You know what I'm saying? Do what you see on the screen right now. And then while you liking, go ahead and subscribe. And then after you subscribe, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Thank you, DD. Always has our back. Episode 64. Episode 64. They're not the same podcast. Sports show. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So we always want to give our shout out to our rebroadcasters. And since we just put it, you see it down there on the scroll. First off, shout out to our MTMV fam. It's not just because we on the YouTube channel tonight. We've been shouting out our one words because that is fam. That's why we always say MTMV famo. Listen, shout out to the live show, rebroadcasters of the Not the Same podcast, the Takeover, Phrase 365 Radio with our homeboy Scooter right here in St. Louis, Parable Radio right here in the STL as well. We also want to give a shout out to 520 Collective, His Hop Radio / podcast network. And if I'm not mistaken, did I say that? Yeah, I said the Takeover. I think that is everybody. RYC Praise News. Our man Orlando Page, he always show mad love. So therefore, that is all our rebroadcasters. And if you want to be a rebroadcaster, hit us up, man. We might be able to make something shake. Please
do. And you know, it might be a small fee, but you know,
no.
I'm kidding.
Donations,
it's not a small fee. But yes. We love the kind of donations that jingle, but we love the ones that fold a little bit better now.
Hey, look, if you know classic movies, you know that is a Coming to America line for those of y'all that don't know no better. And if you don't know no better, just fake it till you make it, bro.
And let me say this before we get into our sports. Listen, I know Coming to America is an old movie, but there's some movies that are just classic. I'm going to name two. Coming to America, you need to see it. It don't matter that it's an old movie with guys that's over in their 60s right now. And also Life. Watch it. Trust me, you would thank us later. You would thank us later.
And if you don't, I'm telling you, we don't need no gun lines around here, boss.
Don't go cross that gun line, boy. Don't go cross that gun line. All right, man, let's get to what's popping, man. Somebody tell me what's popping. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You want your cornbread?
Is you gonna eat your cornbread?
All right, go ahead.
No. All right, we're gonna get started with the number one sport that's in the world that everybody love. NFL news. The Bears. D, are you seeing this? The Bears are willing to trade the number one pick. Is this correct, bro?
Hey, look, let me tell you something, bro. Justin Fields, he needs help. He was in the top 10. If you look at the quarterbacks in the league right now, Justin Fields is in the top 10. Whether you like him or not, I know he was in the bottom half. If not, I believe last in the league as far as completion rating, as far as total yards. But my man had no help, no offensive line, no nothing. You would be a fool to trade Justin Fields right now. You know what I'm saying? And think you about to be better off. No. Get this man some help. Give him a year or two. And then if he don't pan out in a year or two, because it ain't like it's championship or bust, Chicago, come on now. If it's not championship or bust, get him some help and see what he does in 2 years. And then you could talk about maybe trading him away. But it's not fair to this kid. You talking about trading him away because he had a bad season because he didn't have nobody to throw to. And it was all injuries going on around this man.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, listen, you don't know what he is yet. You don't know what he is because, like Rob said, he has no help. So we will only know what he will be once he has some talent around him. You remember before all these players went down there to Miami and we all thought Tua was trash? Tua ain't no good. He ain't nothing. Then all of a sudden he got players. Same thing happened with Josh Allen. Remember Josh Allen? Everybody was saying, man, this man ain't trash. Yeah, he ain't no good. All of a sudden, then he got my man Diggs out there, and all of a sudden he looks a whole lot better. A great wide receiver can make an average quarterback look great. So I'm not saying Justin Fields is average, but we need to see what he has. We need to see what he got. And I think it would be so smart for them to go from having a number one pick where they can get multiple players, a good defensive player, slide down and draft somebody else on offense and build a team that way, man. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I'm going to say this. If you can give the vertically challenged community of Kyler Murray a chance, then you can give Justin Fields a chance, bro. That's all I'm doing.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm going to tell
NFL quarterbacks shouldn't be shorter than me and Rob. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he should not. They should not be shorter than me and Rob.
If you're going to let Kyler Murray run around and try to figure it out, and you saw what that got him, and he got his coach fired, give Justin Fields a chance to get it going. And then I see our famo saying it's a 90% chance that he gonna get traded. I don't think so, man. I think they're gonna bring in some vets and some picks. You know what I'm saying? Some later round picks to get that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a smart idea to trade him. I just don't. I don't believe it'll be a smart idea. I mean, stick with what you got, because listen, do we think Bryce Young is gonna be great? Bryce Young was the quarterback for Alabama, not Tar Heels, Crimson Tide. Alabama was very good. Bryce Young, once again, is a player about our size. Look, got wifey up in here. What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
What up?
Excuse me. You know, brother gets soft when you see his wife in the chat. But yeah, man. Anyway, yeah, Bryce Young. Do we believe Bryce Young, who was projected number one pick, is better than Justin Fields? We do not know. We do not know.
Okay.
Thank you. 90%.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. You gonna spit facts? Spit them right.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. I think did I have some more NFL news? Hold on, man, because I'm not putting it all up there. Look at my stuff.
I think that was it. We ain't got no NFL news. That was it.
Hold on, bro. Let me check my notes, brother. Let me check. You know, I got my good glasses on today, so let me see.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you utilize your intelligence for the glasses.
All right. Yes. Next thing, and we forgot to say this is kind of college and NFL. We're gonna put them together. Remember, top draft prospect Jalen Carter charged with reckless driving. Yeah.
So, in a statement, this is what Jalen Carter said about this. If you don't remember, a couple of shows, maybe about a month ago, we did a show about the folks who died in an SUV accident, and they went into an apartment building, and 2 people died and 2 people survived it. And we thought it was a one-car crash. We thought it was a one-car crash. Come to find out, it possibly was some drag racing going on. And this is the statement that Jalen Carter said. This morning, I received a telephone call from the Athens, Georgia Police Department informing me that 2 misdemeanor warrants have been issued against me for reckless driving and racing. Numerous media reports also have circulated this morning concerning the tragic events on January 15, 2023. It is my intention to return to Athens to answer the misdemeanor charges against me and to make certain that the complete and accurate truth is presented. There is no question in my mind that when all of the facts are known, that it will be I will be fully exonerated of any criminal wrongdoing. And that is Jalen Carter, what he tweeted out on Twitter today. That is my man C. That one word, love the Twitter news feed. I looked it up one word, so I'm going to be real with you. So that's what
I'm
he
not
said
mad
about
at you.
The situation. And this goes back to something that we've been talking about, man. We talked about this from another player, and we'll mention him a little later on what's popping, because he got some scrutiny against him. This goes back to like the Brandon Miller type situation. When you're a good player, a top prospect, sometimes things get swept under the rug. This is just a misdemeanor, folks. So guess what? With misdemeanor, my man can get a slap on the wrist, couple of fines, and then he can go ahead on into the NFL draft. If he was a scrub type player, these misdemeanor charges could possibly end up being felonies. You dig what I'm saying? So I hope it turns out right for this brother. I hope it's not no conspiracy thing. Me and C was talking about this behind the scenes. I'm not gonna say what I told him, but let's just hope it all works out and justice is served, if you will, if there's anything wrongdoing in this.
Yeah, Yeah, me and Rob had a literal debate fuel on a similar subject. We're not gonna do it again. Go look at the last weeks. But I agree with Rob. I hope this is all right. I hate that someone has to die. I hate when someone has to die. I heard they was going up to speeds of 120 miles per hour. That is not safe. College kids do college stuff though. So I'm not gonna kill this dude. Like I got more.
No pun intended.
I had a little bit more angry. I had a little bit more anger towards the Brandon Miller situation than this because this was after winning the national championship. Most people go out and get twisted when they do something big like that. And when you 21 or 22 years old, what you think's gonna happen after you win a national championship? Yeah. I hate they got behind the wheel, and I hate 2 people had to die. I hate that. I'm glad they didn't run over anybody, but I hate that have to happen, man. Move right along. NBA news. Quinn Snyder hired by the Hawks. We got a lot of MTMV family in the Atlanta area. First of all, what you think about that, Quinn Snyder getting a job by the Hawks? I can see it in your face. You ain't too happy about that, but go ahead, brother.
No, actually, hey, look, man, look. You see what's on the shirt, bro. Hey, Quinn Snyder's a Duke alumni, and he was decent. Hey, anytime I can we won last night. Anytime I can let that out, I'm gonna let it out. But Quinn last coached the Jazz. Who he had Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, so he knows how to deal with big-time egos. I also think that he's more of a modern type coach compared to Nate McMillan, who's old school. And Trae Young, maybe Trae Young listens. You know what I mean? I don't know. I tell you this, Trigger Trae, Ice Trae, whatever you want to call yourself, you're gonna be on that midnight train out of Georgia if you don't get it right with this coach. I'm gonna let you know that right now, bro.
Dante Pryor, what's up, sir? Pastor Pryor, what's up, brother? This is probably Rick. He said Rob ain't trying to see nobody go to jail. Some people got to go to jail, bro. You know what, brother? Some people do got to go to jail sometimes. But nah, man. Trae Young, man, this will be his 3rd coach in his small, young NBA career. I believe this is his 5th year in the NBA. Man. Now, he has been an all-star. He has gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals. He is a very accomplished player. He was not an all-star this year. That was questionable. But, you know what I mean? If this don't work, Quinn Snyder is a highly, highly respected coach. Think about this. He had the Utah Jazz for like 7 years straight. Utah. Now, Utah was good before that, back when it was Jerry Sloan, the GOAT, one of the GOAT level coaches. But big salute, man. So my thoughts on this, hey, man, hopefully it works, man. I think this is a great coach, but this is more putting more spotlight or magnifying glasses on Trae Young because this is all about him. It's more so than the coach. It's all about Trae Young. You know what I mean? Is Trae a coach killer? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure because, like I said, this is his 5th year in the league, I believe, 5th or 6th year in the league, and he's had 3 coaches already. Now,
let me tell you
can put that on the front office because front offices has changed. Ownership has changed. You can put that on there because a lot of times when somebody take over, they want their people. At the end of the day, Nate McMillan is the type of coach that either rubs you the right way or the wrong way. Just no. I'm just going to say no on that.
Right.
On that? No. But anyway, go ahead, brother. I'm just going I'm gonna stop this. Right there.
Well, I almost said it. This one word. Hey, look, right? Hey, the fact the Hawks gave him a 5-year deal tells me Trae.
They believe in him.
Yep.
That's right.
Either you get in line or you up out here. Because let me tell you something about the league right now. Trae ain't the best 3-point shooter. He makes some amazing shots, but go look at his percentages. You can get somebody out of college shooting them same threes with a better percentage at any given time. And Trae is an awesome player. He's averaging 27 and 10 right now, if I'm not mistaken. It's a tragedy he wasn't an all-star, in my opinion. But it is what it is. All-star game passes. If he doesn't get this right in the next 2 years, Trae is going to be shipped out. You watch and see what I tell you.
I agree. Dante Pryor says, and I actually agree with this, although I root for a team with a small guard. You can't build a franchise with a small guard. I can believe that. You got to have a big man to accompany that guard. Even if your small guard is the better player, slightly, you got to have an accompanying big man with him. If you ain't got a good big man with him, it's not going to work. Miles Austin, what's up, brother?
Miles, what's good? They thought they had that, man. Like, think about
with
this.
Collins. They tried to trade this man every 2 minutes. Literally,
2
they
minutes.
trying to trade him now. The trade deadline already passed.
They still trying to trade him.
Right.
So, and they also had Clinton Capella. And like I said, what happened with this team was success too early. And it happens sometimes. Remember,
Come on,
it's
bro.
like, let's like the Dan Marino effect. Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl early in his career and never got back. And I hope this is not it for Trae Young. But guess what, man? Boston ain't going nowhere. Bucks ain't going nowhere. Believe it or not, the Nets, once they get their chemistry back, not going nowhere.
They got a lot of good young players.
So when it comes to them,
Indiana on the rise. You know what I mean?
Indiana doing their thing. But so the East is not small because Kyrie and Kevin Durant left. Let's get that out. And then I didn't even mention the Sixers. So they're gonna have to figure it out on what they're trying to do. And Trae Young gonna have to shape up. It's like Luka was at first. Jason Kidd got in there. You ain't heard nothing about Luka running his mouth. Cause why? Jason got clout, and so does Quinn Snyder. He has respect from players around the league. Let's keep it moving, bro.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. We're a little long with that. Next, college news. Brandon Miller overlooked. What is he overlooked for, Mr. Davis?
So, although this man scored 65 points and 14 rebounds in the last 2 games, the SEC was not trying to give him SEC of the week. Why? Because of what we talked about and me, player of the week. Yeah, SEC player of the week. Because of what me and C debated last week. You didn't see it? Go back and see it. Shameless plug. Anyway, they're not trying to give it to him because of the stuff that's going on about him passing a gun. They didn't want the public. They don't want the publicity behind it, the media publicity. Yet he didn't score 65 points the last 2 games. So you want the publicity. Number 2 in the country. They balling.
Yes.
This man ain't going. He's going to be in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And we'll leave it at that. But that's why
at the end of the day, the man made a mistake. They didn't punish him. It's passed. Give the man his just dues. At the end of the day, he was balling. That dude is awesome. Watch him play. Watch highlights. He's going to NBA. He gonna get buckets. He is 6'9" with a J and will dunk on you. And he's skinny. He's slim. He plays defense. He's a very good player. Next, hold on. We had something else in college, but go ahead, bro. Before you go.
Now, after that debate fuel, this is what I'm gonna say. After that debate fuel we had. After the show, this man went out and scored 41 points. Crazy.
Yes, he did.
Same night.
Yes, when the whole country was getting on his head, he still dropped in 41 points. What's up, Haggis?
Yeah.
All right. Also in college, man, let me put this up right quick. Don Staley wins the SEC championship 3rd time in 4 years. Don Staley wins the SEC championship the 3rd time in 4 years. Don Staley is a beast for women's college and women's college basketball. And we say this all the time. We ain't heard nothing about Gino, little old Gino no more, because representation matters. We'll just leave it at that.
Hey, shout out to Don Staley. That's all.
Shout out.
We don't even just shout out. There you go. Do your
Appreciate
thing.
you, Haggis. Haggis said I'm looking real sophisticated. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, last thing. Major League Baseball news. The new pitch clock thoughts. What are your thoughts on the new pitch clock? If you watch Major League Baseball, me and Rob do. We may not be great, super deep fans, but we are aware. We keep up with it a little bit. Brother, what's your thoughts about the new pitch clock?
Listen, man, the pitch clock.
I got all the rules if you want me to, but go ahead. I'll let you go first.
For those who don't know, 15 to 20 second clock, depending on if it's running on base or not. You know what this means? It gets rid of these god-awful 3 to 4 hour games when I want to go downtown and see the Cardinals play, but I got to work the next morning. I miss meetings. My MTMP fam know I miss meetings after a certain time.
Hold on, one more time.
Listen,
go ahead, brother.
I miss
but I'll be there.
You want to know why? Because I have to get up at 2 a.m. So when that's live coming down your lip like this, I'm getting up for work, one word. You dig what I'm saying? So when I go to a baseball game that start at 5, I don't want to be still sitting there at 11 p.m. Salute to the clock, man. I'm sorry. I lost it, bro.
That boy went to the Soapbox Segment. All right, I just say this, man. Yes, I'm glad. Speed the games up. Games have been averaging 2 hours and a half right now. They used to go on for 4 hours. I always thought baseball games were slow on purpose so people can drink. That's what I thought. They slowed it down so people can drink. And most people go do other stuff while the game's going on. They come back in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning when it gets high. That's what they do, more normal people that watch baseball. And most people that go to baseball games just walk around the circle the whole time, then come back and look up at the game. All right, Hagen says this. I think the pitch clock definitely speeds the game up, makes it not as boring because there's more action now. Less dead time. Exactly.
Agree. I think the games, if you can cut those games down to an hour to 2 hours, which is your average NBA/hockey game and all other sports, only sport that goes as long as baseball is soccer.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're going to get to our soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, if you had never seen this is our soapbox segment where me and Rob take 2 minutes to go off on whatever we'll think about in our heads. Rob normally does sports. I normally do whatever's on my mind. It starts with a timer that looks like this, and when it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this right here. And as tradition, I always let my brother Rob go first. Is you ready, my guy?
I think I'm all right.
Hey,
listen, bro. We love to see points scored in the NBA. Kawhi mid-range, Stephen Dame with the 3-ball, Giant Giannis catching a body. This makes the game right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
or does it? That's the question. Does it? Coming into the season, only 11 players in 76 years of existence of this league has scored 70 points in a game. 11 in 76 years of existence. This season alone, 2 have done it. Both dropping 71. Respectfully, Donovan Mitchell, Dame Lillard, Dame time. You know what it is. Look, the Clippers and Kings combined the other day for the second largest scoring game in NBA history, 176 to 175 in a double overtime game. Again, is this good for the league? Well, this is what I'm going to say. Defense has become optional when it comes to most stars in this league. Now you have, look, you got your Giannis, you got your Joels, you got your Jokers, your Bams. But after that, listen, you're not seeing two-way superstars lead his team to the in offense and in points, and this is what I'm getting at. I'm gonna sound like the old guy here because I am a little seasoned. You see the grays in our beard. You see more than me. That ain't the point. Anyways, this is what I'm gonna say. Listen. Look, I'm partial, but Jordan played defense, and he led the league in scoring. Pippen played defense, double digits. Elijah won. Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Alonzo Mourning averaged double digits in scoring while shooting over 47%, and they still stayed in the conversation for defensive player of the year. My point is, let these one words play some real defense. They call the league soft. It's not because of the players. It's because of the rules. They want the scoring, but the scoring is starting to get boring. That's why we get so excited when Rudy Gobert gets 5 or 6 blocks. No, this used to happen on a regular basis. All I'm saying is let these one words play the game and let it be two-way, because I'm tired of seeing people score all these points and it's not no defense being played. It's not good fundamentals. And yes, I hoop, so I know what I'm talking about.
Brother, I agree with you. My soapbox is this. Last night, if you do not know, you will see many times I have a hat on or a sweater or whatever. You notice I rep and I represent. I love the Memphis Grizzlies because I am from Memphis originally. So that's my favorite NBA team. Last night we played the LA Lakers and we won. The Lakers were missing LeBron James, a superstar, one GOAT-level player, the GOAT of this generation. You know, I'm going to give my guy his props. So they were a little short-handed. And the Lakers made the game tough with us. Look, the first half, we looked bad, and they looked good. They was playing defense. They had a lot of turnovers, but we stayed in the game. Now, if you ever watched my team, if you ever see my team on Twitter, every time we win, our social media team puts up a piece of paper or some type of meme and say, hold that L. They say that for every single team, not just the Lakers. So my guy put up a picture of Shannon Sharp with, when he was all mad at Dillon Brooks that one time in L.A., and he pointing up, looking up, and what he's pointing to is that L. It was funny. It was hilarious. But the Lakers fans got all in their feelings. Like, y'all are just classless. You just bad. And one thing I really, really hate, because this is the soapbox, and look, I don't hate Lakers fans, but I hate when fans say this. Why don't you go win a ring? Win a ring or something before you talk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be humble. You need to be all this. Have you ever played basketball? Who plays basketball and say, oh, sure, let you go to the hole because you got all the rings. Yes, please come dunk on me because you have all the rings. Get out of here. Nobody does that. You took the L. You lost. Yes, you were shorthanded. Fine. It happens. We moved on. We do that for every team. The Lakers are the Cowboys of the NBA. But the thing is, they're better because they actually won recently. I'm not mad at the Cowboys, but the Lakers have actually run recently. I respect the Lakers, but y'all fans be doing the most, my guy. Be doing the most.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Hey, listen, man. Even in fellowship ball, it ain't no love. If you don't believe me, ask Rick. I got a whole face print to the wall because of this, man.
Let's get to the Bayview. Who said me? All right, Hager said the Grizzlies are in trouble come playoff time. We will see. We are missing somebody, too. Nobody that says that, but, we are missing someone, too. Nobody says that.
A big somebody.
Yeah, a big somebody. But we're going to carry on. All right, this is our debate fuel segment. Me and Rob go back and forth for 5 minutes debating on whatever subject may be. The first subject we're going to get into, should the Packers just move on from Rodgers? If so, move him where? Should the Packers just move on from Rodgers? If so, where? Mr. Davis, let's go.
Yes, I'm sick and tired of him. And I'm going to tell you why. Listen, when Rodgers came in, I'll never forget because I couldn't stand Brett Favre and how arrogant Brett Favre was when Rodgers came in. Brett Favre he threw a hissy fit and went to the Vikings. And now guess what, Aaron Rodgers? You have now gotten into the Green Bay God complex because you were good. You won a championship. And now you're holding this team hostage the same way Brett Favre did when you came into the league. In my opinion, ship them to the AFC. Let them go to the Raiders. Derek Carr don't have a job. They don't have a quarterback. Right. Let him go get some of their draft picks and let him reunite with the receiver he should have left money on the table for in the first place and try to win it out there with Raider Nation. That's just my first half of that joint, bro.
All right, first answer to the question. Yes, they should move on from Rodgers. Yes. Get rid. The Packers ain't moved on them yet. No, they ain't moved on them yet, but they seem like they ready to. They really need. I think they need to move on and go ahead with their new quarterback. I forgot his name, but y'all let me know. But they need to move on to a new quarterback and start over, man. This is what happens with the Packers and players for the Packers. This happens all the time. Let me tell you why it happens all the time. They are owned by basically a whole community. They're not owned by one person. So everybody got stock in the Packers, right? So the whole community comes together and they worship the quarterback, just like they did Brett Favre, like Rob was talking about, and they get what Rob was talking about, this God complex. They need to move on. Look. He lost to the Detroit Lions, and they could have went to the playoffs. My guy, it's time for you to move on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Go ahead, bro.
Not only that, I mean, and you could tell that he gets privileges. And Dante, you got a point. Don't no team want to take on that contract, but I tell you what they do want to take on. They'll take that contract. You want to know why it's going to put butts in the seats, and that's what wins.
This is true.
So you got teams like and I know Rick, we're not going to want them. The New Orleans Saints need a quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons need a quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback. Carolina Panthers, where Derek Carr is going to get an interview. Quarterback. Let me think. The Houston Texans, I believe, need a quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. My point that I'm making to you is this. They'll take it because it put butts in the seats. Same way the Vikings took Brett Favre. Rivalry. They couldn't stand this man, but it put butts in the seats. And if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So somebody going to be stupid enough to do it. But my thing is, come on, bro. He's the only player that can go on the podcast, say whatever he want to say. The NFL or his team haven't found him yet.
What up, C?
C, what's good? B, what's good?
Yeah, man. I think they should just move on, man. I think the time is over. You know, like my brother Pryor said, the contract is too big. You can't do nothing. You can't get other players. You know, another reason why they lost Devontae, was it Devontae Adams that went to the Raiders? Yeah. Why they lost Devontae Adams was because it wasn't even about the money. It was because of dealing with Aaron Rodgers' junk. He's like, man, I'm tired of this, man. I don't want to be waiting till August to find out if he gonna come back and he gonna be toying with them, going on old boy Pat McAfee show every week and talk bad about the organization. You know, he went on there a couple of weeks ago talking about, man, I ain't even heard for the Packers, man. I don't know if they want me. Oh, cry me a river, dog. Go on, man. Just
get up out of here. Go sit down.
Up out of here, man. Go sit down. You know what I mean?
Go sit down. I'll say this about Aaron Rodgers, because it's funny how I know they got that big contract, and I think he has 3 or 4 more years on it. Dante, let me know how many years on. I think it's 3 or 4 more years. But they cut everybody else. You want to know why they won't do this to Rodgers? It's a PR move. Absolutely. Because he's so beloved in Green Bay. There's nothing there. I know you think about the Milwaukee Bucks, but them one words miles and miles away. Ain't nobody from Green Bay going to a Bucks game unless they happen to be going to Chicago to do whatever they doing down in the Chicago life. I'm just letting you know, Green Bay is its own. Everything shuts down. It's 2023. This mug shut down like it's the village. You dig what I'm saying? So he has them where he wants them. And he's just gonna hold them hostage. So he'll go on his little retreats and his whatever it is that he do,
excursions,
excursions, all that good stuff. But it's a clown, bro.
Hey, that man made the noise on his excursions. You know what I'm saying? To each his own, my guy. But Rodgers, Dunzo. You know what I mean? He
Right.
Dunzo. He got too much power, man. No man should have all that power. Kanye said it, it's a true fact. All right, man, we're going to move on to our next subject. Next subject is this right here. NBA impressed and depressed. NBA impressed and depressed. All right, let's start with impressed. Since we came back from the All-Star break, who you been impressed with so far, brother?
Since the All-Star break,
we start with the East. My bad.
East,
my bad.
okay. Over in the East, I'm going with the Knicks, man. They starting to hit their stride.
Okay.
They're currently on the 6-game winning streak. So if Venora watching the V report, shout out. If she watching,
salute.
You dig what I'm saying? They
on
coming
on after this.
Right. They on the 6-game win streak, and they currently in the 5th seed. And I like the way, look, the Mavericks looking real crazy on letting Brunson go. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So the Knicks,
and Kyrie have not been an upgrade, but anyway, that's for later on. My impressed in the East is the Milwaukee Bucks, 15 in a row. Before the All-Star break, after the All-Star break, with Giannis, without Giannis. We always think Giannis is hurt. Giannis, what? Last we thought it was a knee. At the All-Star break, thought it was a wrist. My man Hill, he go back there and put some holy water on his arms or something and get right on up. You know what I mean? I don't know what he learned over there in Greece, but they got that boy right. He come back super quick. So, yes, I got the Bucks. All right, Eastern depressed.
The Nets as a whole, man. Look, they've lost. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, they've lost 3 straight, but this is what I'm going to tell you, bro. They're 6 in the East. But it's nowhere in the world the Nets should be where they are right now with all that new personnel. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Durant gone, Harden gone, you know what I'm saying, Kyrie gone. And I just feel like the Nets as a whole, not the new players, because they got to get chemistry. So now they got 20 plus, a little bit over 21 games to try to figure it out before the playoffs. That is a hard feat. You know, it takes a good 30 games just to get anybody in rhythm. You can play pickup ball and be like, oh, we got chemistry. No, one word. It's different when the other team that come on the court got chemistry and you just picked up together 2 weeks ago. So it's the Nets, man. It's the Nets.
Who I got depressed, I'm depressed for in the East is the Atlanta Hawks, man. You just got a new coach, and now I like the coach. I like Quinn Snyder. But you basically probably got a coach killer as a star player. You all of a sudden started winning games as soon as you got rid of the other coach. Nate McMillan is not a bad coach.
No, he's not. He got
quit. That means the players quit on him. And they probably quit because of Trae Young. And that's just depressing, man. Like, be better, my guy. But anyway, impressed on the West Coast.
Hey, light that beam up, bro. The Kings. Let me tell you something. Light the beam. They currently 3rd in the West, bro.
Yeah,
and they 3.5 games above the Suns.
Yep.
And they on a 4-game winning streak. And I'm gonna say this right now: if Mike Brown don't get Coach of the Year this year, I don't care what the Celtics are doing. Yeah. I don't care. They inherited that team. Like the Celtics coach inherited the team because my man couldn't keep his, but. Mike Brown, bro. Mike Brown is my coach of the year. Go ahead.
He ain't lying.
You know what, man? I'm gonna go with the Kings too, and not just because they've been winning, but because of that game they won last Friday against the LA Clippers. And what was 170 to 167 or something?
That
3 overtime. Now it shows that neither one of them play great defense. Now Kawhi Leonard is known for great defense, but not that night. You know what I mean? But I really like that team.
The claw was the palm, bro. He was not the claw.
No, he wasn't the claw. He was the paw. He was he was the gnaw.
Facts, bro.
But nah, man. So I got the King. I really like the Kings, man. Like they've shown me a lot this year, for real. All right, thank you, C. 175 to 174. That was an awesome game. Classic game, but it was no defense at all. Yeah. All right, depressed in the West, bro. My bad, bro.
Depressed in the West. The Rockets. Yeah, in the West. Okay. The Rockets. They done blown up. They ain't Houston, we don't have liftoff.
Houston, we have a problem.
Hey, look, it's a 10-game losing streak. Everybody they traded for at the trade deadline, them one words ain't even there no more.
That's right.
They trying to get the big Frenchman. I guess they trying to, Yao Ming 2.0. They trying to get that one word down there next year because 10-game losing streak, bro, they ain't even trying at this point.
That's right. All right, my depressed man is actually the Dallas Mavericks. You traded for Kyrie. You traded away your defensive players, which made you a unique team, and you and Luka are not getting along. Obviously, y'all get to the end of the game, and nobody knows who's going to shoot the last shot, and they lose. They have lost 3 straight. You know what I'm saying? You have basically 2 Hall of Famers on your team, and you can't close out games because you're not together. And that's kind of going to end up going into one of our next ones. But that's just not. They shouldn't be this bad. They just shouldn't be this bad, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I get chemistry, my guy, chemistry.
All right, next subject. Do super teams work in sports? Do super teams work in sports? Whether it's NBA, NFL, NFL is kind of hard to do a super team, but NBA or it can happen. It can happen. Do super teams work in sports, Mr. Davis? What's up? What up, Toy? Go ahead,
Toy, what's going on, sis? Hey, check this out. So I'm going to go down to super teams, which includes the NFL, who have worked over the years. So I believe super teams work depending on who's on that sideline. Listen, prime example, Pat Riley, 86-87 Showtime Lakers. Detroit Red Wings in 2001, 2002 had Scotty Bowman over there. Barry Switzer, the 95 Dallas Cowboys. This is the super team, and why I'm going to name these folks. Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Coach Prime back there on the defensive side, and a bunch of other folks. That 95 Dallas Cowboy team was a beast. The 89 49ers, they had Rice, Roger Craig, Taylor, Ronnie Lott, Joe Montana. That's an NFL-type super team on both sides. 85-86 Celtics, they had Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, McHale, Danny Ainge, Johnson, and then the Warriors. They were a super team. They had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. They had my man Draymond Green when he was really doing his thing. So those super teams work. Why? Because the coaches that was on that sideline was able to check the egos. I know I left some folks off on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I know that Laker team was Shaq and Kobe, but honestly, it was Shaq and Kobe. Super team to me has to be 3 or more players in order to be called, in my opinion, a super team. So that's that.
And I think one of the main differences where Shaq and Kobe worked, and a lot of these teams you mentioned, you got to have a homegrown player on there. You got to have someone that has the culture and sets the tone. Just like when Boston got together and you had Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen, right? KG was the leader, but everybody followed Paul Pierce because he was the one from there. Somebody got to have some stock in that city. When you got three players that has nothing to do with that city, nothing to do with that team, i.e. the Nets recently, Nets multiple times. Brooklyn. 2 times, the Nets actually. They did it twice, and it did not work. You got people that got nothing tied to that city. They have nothing keeping them there. That's why as soon as Kyrie was out, KD was like, "Nah, I'm gone. I'm going to Phoenix." Now, Phoenix may work. I don't think this year, but it may work in the future because you got Chris Paul, who's been there a couple of years. Also, you have Devin Booker, who was basically raised there. Somewhere that city is important to him. That's why it works. Even with the Heat, for you and Higgins, both Heat fans, you had Dwayne Wade. Wade, it was a failure, though. No, it was not a failure. They got 2 championships. They ain't a failure. It worked.
It's a failure, bro.
Man, they got 2. I know they should have had 4, but I would love to have 1. They got 2. It ain't no failure, my guy.
That's why. Hey, that's my. And I'm a Heat fan. Higgins, you might not like me for that, but it was a failure because they should at least 3-peat it. You don't get that. That's why I didn't put them on there.
Now look at
on my other side.
Why you ain't named the Heat? What kind of fan are you? I know it got to be the Lakers. I just got through talking about the Heat.
No, you get it. What kind of fan am I about to tell you now? Failed super teams. That Heat team that only won 2 championships. That was a failure to put them guys together. Not 1, not 2, not 4. Go sit down. Anyways,
they got 2. They got 2.
That's all they got. They should have got more than that for a super team that failed. Now look, I talked about the person on the sideline. You had Nash in Brooklyn, Durant, Kyrie, and Harden, failure. Lakers had Kobe, Paul Gasol, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, failure. Notice Nash name on both of them joints. The 98 bout of the 98 Minnesota Vikings, they had Randall Cunningham, Moss, Carter, and a slew of other players, failure. The 98 Atlanta Braves, failure. In the NFL, 2001 Rams, 2007 Patriots. If Mr. G was on there, yes, failure. And the 1990 Buffalo Bills with Randy Moss. They went undefeated and they lost it all. Those are failure type super teams in my opinion. And with Miami only completing 2 championships, Wade he get 3, but he didn't get 3 with Bosh and LeBron. That was a failure type super team for me. They won a championship, cool. but it should have been more than that because of all the mess they talk.
Yeah, I agree with Higgins right here. 2 or 4 ain't no failure, man. I'm sorry, bro. I don't think it's a failure. I think you should be proud of that Heat team. Yes, they ran into a Spurs team that was dedicated to beating them, but they was a great team, man. Did they win like 30 games in a row? One the first year.
Don't test the gangster.
I know you're a fan,
bro.
but I'm just saying, like, didn't they win like 30 games in a row, bro? Like, that team was awesome, man. The Heatles. I remember that's what they used to call them back in the day. They was awesome, but I know you wanted 4 for 4. Listen, that ain't never happening again. Jordan ain't coming back, dog. It's over.
Nowhere in the world. Jason Terry get a freaking trophy tatted on his calf muscle of a trophy, and then they go out and beat the Heat. Stop it.
All right, last subject tonight.
I'm mad now.
Yeah, that brother got hot. Last subject. The NBA is thinking of adding a target score to the regular season games. Will it work? If you do not know what a target score is, or the Elam ending, if you ever watched the TBT tournament in the summer, that basically when you get to like a certain part of the game, or if we say overtime, instead of it being 5 minutes, say it was 102 and against 105 to 105, they're going to add 15 points. Whoever gets to that 15 points wins the game. Whoever gets there first. It ain't about the time. It's about whoever scores the moment first. They're doing it right now this season in the G League to, I say, a little bit of success. So they're thinking about doing it adding it to regular season overtime games. I didn't put that on there, but regular season overtime games. This came out, ironically, right after the Clippers Light the Beam team game, which is the Sacramento Kings. This came out because, it was a long game and they worried about injuries. What's your thoughts before I say mine?
Trash.
I see what C thinks about it. She agrees with
Trash.
you.
Hey,
I'm not surprised that y'all kindred spirits.
We said it at the same time.
I know.
Yeah. See my girl. Trash. I didn't even see her comment, and I said trash, and then it popped up.
I know.
So we on the same. Right on, C. You know what it is. Anyway, yeah, it's trash, bro. Come on, keep this stuff in the All-Star game that y'all having problems with. Get back to the defense. If you play defense, you're not going to have a 175 to 176 triple overtime game. Now, the overtime games are great for the fans. We love to see it because it's the momentum, the building, you know what I'm saying? Who's going to win, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. Man, keep this mess, bro. Keep it in the G League.
I love it for the TBT tournament over the summer where there's no basketball on. I wouldn't be mad for it in the summer league. I ain't mad for it for the G League. For the NBA, I like the idea of the target score, and it's exciting, or the Elam ending. I don't know why they don't want to call it Elam ending. That's the guy who came up with it. Maybe they don't like Elam and want to give my man his money. It's the same thing. But anyway, I mean, it's the Elam ending. But,
it was like, bump that one word, target score.
It's target score. We ain't paying that ninja. We ain't paying him. We don't know him. But anyway, I'm with y'all on that, man. Like, I think just because that game Friday was long, so what? Somebody got to win. Like, I would prefer, I don't like ties. I'd rather somebody win. Like, I hate that in the NFL when it's a tie. Just play till somebody win. If you run out of players, you run out of players. That's part of the game. If everybody foul out, then somebody going to win eventually. You know what I mean?
Forfeit. You foul out, you forfeit.
Ain't no forfeit. Somebody win the game. Yeah, right. If it's only 4 players.
If it's only 4 players, then guess what? You lost one word. Sorry, you shouldn't have fouled.
Should have won in regulation. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, we got a few minutes. I'm gonna go to the crowd on this. So we got a lot to talk. Get it. Hagen say somebody gonna get 20 or they gonna call bus, and then C says Olay defense. A lot of it. They play Olay defense. Dante says so they trying to use playground rules. Yes, they are. That's what they trying to do. D says heck no, leave well enough alone. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
C says close it out. Take over and do what you're supposed to do. I agree.
Out, man.
Dante says, can you find a happy medium between 90s basketball and high-scoring games we have now? Yes, you can.
The last couple of seasons.
No, yeah. This is how you find a happy medium. Refs let the guys play. Here's another way you find a happy medium. We got 1 minute of this. Eliminate so many superstar calls. Remember before when they used to do like the fouls on the 3-pointers and that James Harden used to get away with, and my man was averaging 30 with these flop fouls until they came in and stopped it? That waters down the game. That ups the scoring for in particular players. And then you got players where you breathe on them and it's a foul. You know what I mean? Like I understand refs are in awe of these great athletes as well, but I think if they kind of pull back on some of the superstar fouling and encourage defense. One thing now, I know everybody griped about my guy Jaren Jackson getting to the All-Star game as well as Drew Holiday. Both of those things made everybody mad in the NBA. Like, they hated that. But one thing I did respect about that, I mean, those coaches respected defense. Those are defensive players, right? And that's cool. But I do think, although I like Jaren Jackson, I think Aaron Gordon shouldn't have made it over him, honestly. And on the other side, I think somebody else should do that. But I think, man, like, encourage defense again. We ain't got to go all the way back to the hand-checking era and when it was 90-something game. No, that's boring, and nobody enjoyed that really like they think they did. But 110, 100, around there, 115, that's better in my opinion. Go ahead, bro. I'm
going to say this about what he said about the 86-82 game. Here's the difference. See, we feel like the game back in the day, it was better defense because they can clothesline you and it'll be cool. If you didn't bleed, then it wasn't no tech. But this
there
is
were
also
literally
what I
fights without people getting ejected.
Yeah, nobody got ejected and they got punched dead in the nozzle. But check this out. This is the difference. You have better shoot. There's a more 3-point type game. That's why those games were only 86-82 because you only had Reggie Miller shooting threes, Robert Horry for game time, Dale Curry. So it was only a few 3-point specialists back in the day. Exactly. Jordan didn't really go out there. So when he hit the 6 threes in Portland, everybody went crazy because nobody really did the 3. So I don't care about that part. What I'm saying for the happy medium, bring the defense, play D. My soapbox says it all. Play D. That's all I'm asking. Not, I'm tired. What? Nah. Unacceptable, bro.
One more thing I think that would help that is, and the NBA has to do this in this new collective bargaining agreement. Players got to play. Like, this is a whole nother soapbox, but, dog, this load management stuff is out of hand. Like, I get it. Like, for somebody, I literally think Kawhi Leonard has a degenerative knee, right? That's why he does it. Like, he's really hurt. I don't think it's just because he's lazy. But it's a lot of players, coaches be like, yeah, we're going to give him a night off. We'll give him a night off. Like, either do that or lower the amount of games. I think really what I think they should do, like 60-game season. Really. You know what I'm saying? And just do it a couple of games a week. Now, me and you, C, and everybody that's NBA fans, we going to hate that because we love watching basketball. But this resting thing is a problem. Think about it, bro. If Devin was we'll just say a LeBron fan, he loved LeBron, and you got him a LeBron game, gave him tickets for the LeBron game when they played Memphis last night. You drove down to Memphis, got a hotel, you know what I'm saying, got good seats, paid all this money. Now, he didn't play. Now, last night he was actually hurt. This is not the great example. But it's been times where he'd be like, you know what, I ain't playing. But my man is on social media. He's fine. Come back and play the next day. That's whack, dog. That's whack. Yeah, and they got to do something about that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of fans spending money for that. And another thing, what's going to happen, they're going to get tired of it. Look at the ratings for the All-Star game. They was trash. Trash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And one of the big things that NFL has going for them, number one, is just more popular sport. Number two, there's one game a week, really. It's one game per week per team, right? So ain't nobody playing Thursday and Sunday. So if your team is the Broncos or whatever, they're playing either Thursday or Sunday. One game, you know what I'm saying? So everybody can set up their whole week like that. It's better for the gamblers because, sports are all about gambling. It's better for all that. And I think the NBA got some stuff they got to take care of, man. Or, they're not going to go all the way out, but, they just ratings going to go back down.
I'll say this, and then I will get to the one word. As far as that load management, I did hear this. Let them load manage when they're at home. Don't do it when you're on the road. You know what I'm saying? Because that's especially on the road when you're coming in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to load manage, then I feel like you only should be able to get so many games per season if that's how it's going to be. And it can't be when you're on the road unless it's a legit injury. And if you're really injured, then the NBA needs to double check that and
they need to say what the injury is. Don't make up some knee soreness. I said snoreness, but knee soreness. That's what they say. LeBron James is out because of knee. So now, like, I'm using LeBron's example. He's literally hurt. I'm not saying it's him. You know what I'm saying? LeBron plays. He's 38. He's still playing a lot. So I'm not saying him. But
Right.
I'm laughing at what C said. She's a LeBron fan. If any games I went to and LeBron wasn't there, the NBA would hear my mouth.
Yeah.
And this
He
is,
ain't lying.
but she ain't lying. I believe her. I fully believe her, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's it for that. We're going to go on to the one word of the day. And we'll get up out of here, man. We was able to get through everything. I am proud of us. Salute to us.
Yeah, we sped it up, bro.
This one word. No.
Of the day.
All right, the one word of the day. If you don't know what the one word of the day is, we got to remember a lot of people watching us may have never watched us before. The one word of the day, we have this saying that we have saying called this one word. We're not going to tell you what it means. Keep watching the show. You'll find out what it means. But it's basically the donkey of the day or the dummy of the day. The one word of the day for me is the national media. Let me explain why. Rob don't even know why I put this up here. Here's national media. I'm going to show you
I was going to
something.
play it off.
Yeah, I know brother's going to play it off, and I just told everybody. My bad. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all something, how national media as a whole works, right? They recognize that people read headlines, not stories, right? I'm going to say it again. People read headlines and not stories. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. The team I pay a close attention to is the Memphis Grizzlies. We have a player, star player, NBA superstar, not full superstar, but he on the way in the NBA.
Full, bro.
All right, superstar.
Stop
now
being
today, let me show you an example of a national media thing where words get construed, but it hurts the agenda of the player, right? Today, Powerade announced early this morning, our new spokesperson, the brain Powerade back, is Ja Morant. They did a whole commercial, his dad talking. It's real sweet, right? Got him jumping tires when he was growing up and all that. 2 hours later, there is a report that came out that Ja Morant got into some legal trouble over the summer, last summer. We talked about this on the show 2 months ago. You know what happened, Rob? It was the same report with a different headline. You think that ain't intentional? Now listen,
man.
Now I know y'all say he just protecting his boy. No, look at when that commercial came out this morning, and then look at when this thing blew right back up, and it's saying, like, he got in trouble and finish line and all this stuff. Now, this is what I will say for my guy. Get new friends. Get yourself together, because don't give them nothing to pull from, right? But with that being said, it happened in July. What month is it, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, man. We in
It's
March
the first day of April, first day of March.
March.
That happened in July. And the headline read like it was new information. You know what? It was the same information. Let me go even further. There's a lady on Twitter that put up, I think her name may have been Candace Buckners or whatever. I don't know. Is this the lady that actually did the thing? But she made an apology. Let me tell you what the apology was, Rob. So in her thing, she said he pulled out a gun and pointed it at somebody. And the report never said that.
Right.
So she had to say, I apologize. It didn't say that. And then you know what happened to the link to the story that she had shared? The link is gone because they pulled the story. That is trash, man. Because look, I'm not saying my man ain't been no dummy. I ain't saying dude ain't been stupid. He's been real stupid. Extra stupid. If you from St. Louis, hecka stupid.
Right.
I ain't saying he ain't. But right is right and wrong is wrong. So you repurposing a story that's already been put out. That's just like the Brandon Miller thing, right? Everything blew out last week, and now they say, okay, new information on Brandon Miller, and it'd be the exact same story. And then all of a sudden it's blown up everywhere, and everybody tags along with it. Yeah, Brandon Miller's trash. Yeah, he's trash. Yeah, he's this and this. And all the people that's saying that never read the story. It's your job as media. MTMV is a media company, right? Yeah. We are part of MTMV, and we have reporters, plural, part of our company, right? Sports Talk with C. She is a reporter. She goes to WNBA games. It would be her responsibility. It would be Will Thomas, my other Wildress, my guy right here, the voice, Rick. All these people, they do articles, everything. They get press passes. If they incorrectly report or something, they're gonna be held responsible for it. It's the job of a journalist to have facts. Right?
Yeah, man.
Have facts. Man. And don't do clickbait stories. I hate that, man. Because at the end of the day, you can say, well, man, he's just a millionaire. He'll be all right.
No.
How do you know? How do you know? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying, woe is me for my guy. It ain't the point. Because he was wrong. I said it that day. Rob, you remember they thought it was a whole new soapbox. I went off on my own team and my favorite player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that was literally like 2 months ago. And it's the exact same story that's been put up again. That's trash, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, beyond trash. Yep. Clickbait. I don't like the clickbait stuff, man. What you said, ditto, all that good stuff.
And because of that, I wish I could be more like you and stay away from Twitter, because you don't stay on Twitter much at all. And
Bro,
I'm starting to think,
nothing.
I ain't gonna mess around with Twitter no more, because Twitter gets you in trouble, dog. It be fake accounts and everything, man. And folks will run that joint like it is the gospel truth and be totally wrong. And a lot of people won't say they sorry. Now I respect Lil Mama that said, "I'm sorry, this was wrong." Respect. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people won't say they wrong.
But here's the thing about it, man. And I salute to her for saying she wrong. Yeah. But you can't take that back for the folks who didn't go back to see, yo, I'm wrong. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you drag somebody's name through the mud, and then it's like, I apologize.
Right. And people make their whole perception of someone off of those things. Right?
Yeah.
And he can't, because you're like, well, he's still a thug. You know what I'm saying? You know what that's code for. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's still a thuggish little guy or whatever. But anyway, man, that's the one word of the day, the national media. I'm going to stop on that, man, because we're going to have more shows on our channel. In a few minutes, man, this has been the Not the Same podcast show. If you never watched us before, we are live every Wednesday here on the MTMV Sports Show. Also on every other Tuesday, we have our Bible study that will be running on the MTMV Sports channel, man. So, hey, welcome. Appreciate everybody watching, man.
Appreciate y'all sliding through, bro. Looking at the mugs.
But before we go.
Yeah, there we go. Let's get this right, man. Look, have you ever thought I really like or enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast, or podcast plural, like my man said, every other Tuesday Bible study, every Wednesday sports, and every Thursday we have a faith and music segment. So slide through for that. How can I help support them? How can I be a blessing to them? First thing you need to do, if this is your first time seeing this, go ahead and show them what they need to do. See, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification. So every time these 2 1 words come on your screen, you can see what we chopping it up about. If this is your first time, we are live and interactive. That's what makes us not the same, because we want to hear what you got to say too.
We do.
As long as you don't get out of pocket. If you want to support,
please don't.
Cash App, Cash Sign, Not the Same Podcast. You can go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support. The last 3 episodes of everything that we do is on that website, and go through, see what we're talking about. Yes, I'm talking real fast because I'm trying to respect the time of our brothers and our sisters is about to come on. So y'all slide over. Hey, somebody that's still looking, put it in the chat so they can see that link and they can check y'all out too. So Not the Same Podcast, fam. If you're not about to go to sleep, hit they link up and see what they talking about as well, man. There's some good content coming out of MTMV, fam.
Yes, sir. All right, man. With that being said, man, I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out, man. We back tomorrow with our music and faith show, man. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power.